Hello, good people of the internet. Today we're playing Bootleg Steamer, which when I first saw a GIF of this, I thought someone had created a Grand Theft Auto kind of game, like an old style Grand Theft Auto, but set on boats in the Victorian age, but they haven't. It's more like an arcadey Port Royale or Merchants of Venice, so a ship trading game where you are buying stuff from one port, selling it at another port, but as I say, it's quite arcadey. So you probably won't like those anyway. Well, let's start a new game. There is a tutorial. I don't know if this is actually going to play it, having just clicked. It's set in Prohibition era, so 1920s. And it has some kind of story, but like it's kind of roguelite as well, but maybe not really. There's just different maps that you kind of iterate through. So you start in 1920, you can choose your captain, and you get to choose crew and all the stuff around it. You can go back to the introduction message. So we're just going to, do we want more cargo or do we want to move slower? No, I think moving, although being a social butterfly is kind of annoying. So these kind of, every member of crew has like a positive and a negative trait. And slower cargo loading is annoying and moving slowly is annoying. But let's just go with this. Then you can choose your ship. There are different ones. I don't know. Or care, so let's just go with the fast one. Whereas speed is top speed 18 knots. So was that the fastest? Yeah, let's go with that, even if it's rubbish. Let's go with speed. And then it kind of drops you off on this map. Now, one of the most annoying things about this game is that if you try and press escape to kind of pause, it doesn't work. There is a pause menu which tells you maybe what you're trying to do. There are ongoing requests and contracts that you can fulfill. They're kind of shown here as well. And there is some information, which I guess you'll see written here. So slavering away week in, week out from easy cents on the dollar. I don't think so. States throughout the Union are ratifying the prohibition as we speak. If that's not an opportunity, I don't know what it is. Basically, it's introducing you to the story. Prohibition era of there being supply and demand, but the police obviously don't want it to happen. Anyway, so if you do these things, then you get rewards, you get extra dollars, and you get whatever that symbol is. Prestige, I don't know. Experience. Your ship will have crew, which we mentioned, pets, which I haven't actually run into yet. There is mafia, your ship info, but really on the map, well, you'll see there's already loads of police here anyway. It's a bit hectic. You can point and click. I'm not going to try and get like the best score around. I'm just trying to explain the game. You can click around, or you don't have to click. You can use WASD. I said one of the annoying things is you can't click escape, which makes you think that the game is maybe designed for keyboard and mouse, but I'm pretty sure it isn't. I think it's mouse only, because in the options, oh yeah, I've turned the volume down. But there isn't. I think you can't. Anyway, so there is this map. Easiest way to explain it. The ports, which are this little kind of storage crate icon, are places which supply things. And you can buy things like grain and lumber and ore, which are legal goods. And you want to sell them at ports which are going to buy them for more. So you can buy lumber here and actually sell it here for 5, so you'd make a profit of 2, but you could also go over here and sell it for 8. Or you can buy the prohibited things, such as all the alcohols. So the champagne, the wine, the brandy, I don't even know how to say that. Ocolahu. Anyway, you can't use WSD on this, so you have to like click and it kind of just like, I don't know. The game could do with a couple of tweaks to the user interface and the user experience. Let's go with that. So yeah, so let's try buying champagne over here for 14 and taking it over here to sell it for 75. So you kind of click on here and you have to click on the city. There's no, as far as I can tell, no key binding to take you there easily. So that's going to cost us some number of dollars. It's not going to fill up our storage, and you have to then wait for it to load in to your ship. And you have to hope that a police person isn't going to come there is that current in the water which makes you go super fast. You probably want to avoid the whirlpools because they make things be removed from you. Like, you can lose some cargo is what I'm trying to say. Oh, and okay, so there are other places that, I don't know, we just weren't seeing before. We're still aiming for Brooklyn Avenue, apparently. There are different maps. I think there's like 64 maps, but there's only like 5 or 6 types of maps. You have to click on the thing, as I say, kind of annoying. You click max and then you can set it. But it takes time. I don't know why we started zooming out. And you have to wait for this to happen, count down to 0. And the police every so often, when they see you, will just check you. Every time they will check you. There's no like, oh, maybe we shouldn't check you. They're just checking every ship. I don't know if there's any others. Like, this isn't a multiplayer game. You're playing on your own, I think. I haven't seen a multiplayer option. And these other ships are not other ships you're competing with. Or maybe they are. I don't know. No, these are like party ships. So yeah, the police will come and look at us again. There's a capture chance, so if we do have some goods on us, it goes for some chance, and maybe there's some skills or perks you can get which change that. But having 0 is a guaranteed way. If I get one thing, maybe there'll be a small chance, but if you're going to have a huge, like anything more than 5 and this early in the game, then it's going to cause you a problem. You also have prison keys, so if they catch you, they remove, I think, half of your contraband, so you still get to keep some of it. But you can only be locked up so many times, and yes, the ship can hold some amount of crew. So there's also on the map these 3. So this is kind of like, I guess, the tutorial. Beyond the ports, you have a Coast Guard base, which is where you'll find the most police. You have Smuggler's Hideout, which is where you'll find crew. You'll find a shipyard, which is where you can do ship improvements. And a Mafia Mansion, where you can, I think, reduce things like notoriety, but then you have to do something for them. And if you don't, you end up with debt, or no, you can get debt or lose debt. But if the debt gets too high, then the Mafia become enraged, and you don't just have police after you, you have police and Mafia. I mean, it says powerful boons, but we're not. Let's go look. We're not making. We could make a huge amount of money if we wanted to. As I say, you're kind of clicking around. It's a bit awkward. Oh yeah, I didn't explain these other ships. Well, let's get some more of this champagne, because that was a good run. They're limited on how much they actually have. So over time they stock up, so we can also get some wine. So then we're full. And this time we'll go this way around, maybe. So these other ships are like ports which will buy your goods. However, they all have like a bar on the top, which is the only... Okay, see, I've gone into a whirlpool here, and I'm gonna lose a whole bunch of my stock. To the point where, did I lose most of it? I don't know. I didn't buy a lot of it because I left, I think, or did I not click the right button? As I say, user interface, and for some reason we're zooming off there. And it really needs shortcuts. Because you can't, like, there's no shortcut to get to the map. There's no escape to leave the map. If you press M, it doesn't take you there. I don't know. I mean, the game looks great. It just, for an arcade, it's going for that vibe. It looks cool for that vibe. So yeah, you can try and click on one of these ships. There's like the Throw a Sea Party, but you can't because the ship requires a glamour range of -50 to -30, and my current glamour is -2. But they all require such small ranges. This is like -10 to -30. And the way that you get different glamour is by doing ship, like changing your ship or getting different crewmates and stuff like that. Anyway. So yeah, it's cool when you hit one of those current things. or it can be annoying. So yeah, let's go for... Oh no, we're going to go look at the Mafia thing, just to see what those boons are. Appeal to the courts, gain 1 extra life. So that's the handcuffs thing that we saw. So you can pay 1,000. So but the problem is you're not just paying gold, you're also paying debt. And to undo the debt is you'd have to do these other things. So increase capture chance. You have to pay 15,000 and you get an increased capture chance to reduce the debt. Like, how is that useful? Next time you get caught by the Coast Guard in the smuggling season, they will ignore any illegal goods. I mean, so that's useful if you think you're going to do a big trip, but it's also more costly than any things that you'd lose. But I suppose if you're going to, you know, lose the whole game, it's worth doing that because you've run out of keys. 30 cargo space reserved for Mafia. Again, you have to pay 8,000 for what is technically a debuff, and it doesn't give you a huge amount of favor there. Yeah. Anyway, these are the sorts of things. Hey, look, there's one for free. You can gain cash, and then can use the cash to like lose 1 amenity slot. You know, I don't know. It doesn't feel me like they're not good enough. I haven't found a need like compared to if the Mafia come running after you. We have 44 days. Again, I'm not trying to make huge amounts of money because I'm just showing the game. We've made a pitiful amount actually. And so yeah, you can hire crewmates. So this is a diver, this is a mate, this is a pilot. As far as I understand, they all are the same. If you click this button, it will annoyingly slowly take you to a different screen, and you can then manage your crew from here. But yes, as I say, each one has a positive and a negative, so you may even not want to. So they will buy Okalahau for 25% higher price. You'll probably find someone else who, yeah, like this guy, Prohibition cities will buy rum for a 15% lower price. So if you're going to get that, and then you get some guy who has the opposite. Yeah, I mean, these are slightly, the negative traits are slightly not as bad as the positive traits, so. Anyway, can I afford these people? I can. Well, you know, let's do it. Let's hire you, and loading and offloading twice as fast, but 10 cargo is thrown overboard. Okay, I mean, maybe that's fine. And move faster, but lower run, sure. So we just bought all these people, so now we have 3 of 6 crew. Just maybe useful, and then let's go look at the shipyard. So there are tiers of ships, so we've gone for the first tier. You can go for upgrades, so your ship has these slots, and you can spend cash. It has to match the color, so storage is green, propellery, turbine stuff. And it's not exactly all of it cheap, but you may want to start with a cheap one and then level up to a more expensive one. But I can't use any green ones. I can only use 1 turbine and 1 diamond, which is a special. What are the special ones? Salvaging shipwrecks. And what else? Shoots a net at a pursuing Coast Guard boat to slow it down. That seems really cool. Let's do that. Cooldown every 15 days, which isn't that great. And also, as well as upgrades, you can purchase a brand new ship, so you can then go to the next tier, and then you kind of are reset into what things you're gaining. So you get more slots, you get higher capacity, you get more space for crew, and you know, it tells you the comparisons. This ship is actually slower, however, this one looks similar, but it's the bigger version, so this one's probably the upgraded version of this one. I don't know if it tells you which one is, except for just to look and see which one looks the most similar. Yeah, there's only 3 in that tier that we're able to buy. but you would get a refund for your current one, and you only have to pay 6,500. So it's maybe worth doing that if you want to be faster and have more space for crew and all that sort of thing. So it is really useful, so you can kind of level up. It didn't mention something in there. Oh yeah, shipwrecks. So you may have seen it, but like just dotted around. For example, here's one. If you just go sit on the shipwreck, you can salvage it and you get some cash. And there are some of those dotted about, so maybe if you don't want to bother with the whole like risky prohibition thing, you can go searching for shipwrecks. I don't know how many there are. Sometimes you'll just find the edge of the map. Yeah, I find WASD easier to control until you need to actually pilot to a certain place, like if you want to go to a town and you pick up some stuff, it's much easier to just click there so it'll drive to the certain location. You can also accept requests, which is interesting. I'm not sure I saw this before. Evade the Coast Guard for 45 days and you get propulsion upgrade and a pet. There you go. So I didn't see this before because it's relatively well hidden, maybe. And the game is running in the background. Right, we need to find a place to offload our brandy. I suppose they both can be offloaded down here in Ellis Bay. Let's just do that. No, we need to stay here until we've loaded it all on anyway. Is this loading us really, really slowly? Did we... Or is it? I'm really confused. Maybe I've bugged out the game. I mean, we picked up something which said it would be slower, right? And now we're busted. Which is kind of annoying. But we still have 2 on board, and with 2 on board, we still have a 100% capture chance, even, if I could speak. This guy's retreating. I don't know. Maybe we ruined it by picking up a crew member who did something that we didn't want them to do. Can we look at our crew? We can. 5% faster. Loading and offloading is twice as fast. It sounds like it's twice as slow. And there's nothing there which says things will be a lot slower. I don't know, maybe I broke something. Maybe that's bugged out as well. Who knows? Evade the cops. Anyway, 1 day left. In this map, and we're in a whirlpool next to a shipwreck. Anyway, so the season's over, then you go to the next year. It will say something like the end of the Battle of Blair Mountain, blah 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 blah. Some stuff that's happening. Maybe it's useful. And then you can choose the map, and it tells you which things are available, like the prohibited spirits, let's call them. And you can choose... well, the name of the map is up here, Hudson River, but there are... I don't know how many there are, but there's at least one more of these. So there's Great Lakes, Mississippi, there's Caribbean, there's New York. So the map we played was a New York-based map, so it'll look very similar to this, but it's a different layout. If we play one of these, it'll look even more different. So we would choose that, and then go into the Great Lakes, and you can see that the map is different, and well, this is relatively large, but every transition, then things start getting harder, or with your reputation, higher reputation will reduce the cost of hiring new crew members. Notoriety, the higher it is, means that more Coast Guard ships will be present. So you want to reduce that where possible. Mafia debt, glamour. And like I say, do you want to increase your glamour or reduce it? It's going to be very hard to choose one either way because there's so many ships and they will have a small range. I think if you have high glamour, you can maybe get better prices, but there are fewer boats. Or if you go to lower glamour, then there are more boats. But they offer lower prices. So like the prices here are hugely higher than these ones, but it's like a one-off or something. Anyway, this is the game. I hope I've explained it well enough that you understand what it is. If it's a game which interests you, like if you like arcadey, you know, the game kind of goes on like this. There are various maps and rounds, you just keep getting bigger and better. And I don't know how it ends because I didn't find it interesting enough to keep playing till an end. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe the number of years that Prohibition lasted. How many years is that? I don't know. Anyway, if it's interesting for you, check it out. If you like this, please leave a like. If you want to see more videos from my channel, then please do subscribe. It does really help. But ultimately, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.